we have a big problem today. Underneath here, where the fifth wheel hole is, my little rubber anti-skid pad has collected a lot of water under there. Doesn't smell like black water, at least, but I am really hoping that's not from gray water or some leak in the camper. But there's only one way to find out, is take this thing off and start figuring out if the bottom of this has a lot of moisture up in there, or if somehow, what's the leak path that's letting that in there, and make a drain. So let's get to work. I should probably make some extended brackets because this is such a tight fit. So I can do a little trick here where if I'm actually lifting up the left side, if you watch that, as I push up the left side, it tips it to the right and gives me just a little bit more needed. Perfect. Alrighty, I think now we're lowered down about as low as these jacks will go, so I'll work on getting some support underneath there. But right now, at least it's not all the way up. And yeah, this is not good. That is nasty. So I need to figure out where that came from and get that addressed. All right, so I've gone around, I've made sure that everything has a little bit of weight being applied to it. Made sure that every jack is securely planted and that there's some weight on these sawhorses. So perfect. Looking good. Hopefully there's not a lot of water, but I'm worried about that. These are using square bits here. It's interesting, like the history on these. Henry Ford wanted to buy them. He was trying to get them super duper cheap. Whoever had the patent for them didn't want to sell them to him for that price. So he said, screw you guys, and not a direct quote, but basically said I'm gonna use Phillips instead. Immediately stripped, what the heck? And actually, no, this was not immediately stripped. These, it's just filled with a lot of gunk, so I went down a size, didn't realize it. Not familiar with these square head fasteners. Nasty weather rolling in. Some of these are going to be a pain in the butt to get out. Might as well go get some vice grips and have those on hand. Thankfully, I'm not immediately seeing like water pouring out, but I do want to get the whole bottom off of here and give it a good inspection after running into some of these issues. So got some extra tools, some vice grips, some extractor bits just in case it comes down to that. There we go. Well, I think slow and steady is the move with all of these. I'm just gonna give a little sneak peek under here. All you can really see is that styrofoam kind of hanging down over there. And you know, got a bunch of them out, but I'll skip showing you guys all of this and just spend the next while getting that done. I'll meet with you guys in a bit. Got it all unbuttoned down there. So I'm gonna take this piece off and then let's take a look underneath and see what we got. Seems pretty good underneath here. I wouldn't call it perfect, but you know, for being 2000s, straps look secure. Well, this front one's off, but I think I should really do the rear one to really make sure. These panels underneath here should do nothing for structural support. The one that I just took off, those, I mean, if somehow they did, those screws would not be adequate for it. So I'm so frustrated with these bolts because none of them want to come off. They all will immediately strip. And so using these vice grips to grab onto them, I have to put a lot of pressure upwards on them to actually get a grip. So instead of doing that, I just stopped and called my brother talked with him for an hour. This is me just like totally procrastinating actually getting this done. So I need to get back on track and actually finish up these. So Joseph, if you're watching, here's what I was talking about that I'm working on, and let's get the rest of these off. I'm mostly there. I just need to finish up. Okay, so fast forward a bit. I got all of these screws out. I'll have to reseal around the exit tank, I think, but I think this should slide down over it. I just got the last couple of screws that I left in to kind of keep a little bit of support on this fiberglass panel. So let me pull these out now. And as you can see, this thing's about to drop down. There's one. I think this should be the last one over here. These are easy because I've pre-did them a little bit. Oh, and already I see there's some drips, so that's not ideal. So this should be black water tank. This is probably gray water, and as you can see down here on the cardboard and under there, something is leaking. There you can see that drip coming down. Looks to be dripping from, I believe this is the shower drain, which does make sense because the shower, since I've been living in this camper, has been kind of slow to drain, but it always does drain. So I need to figure out and fix whatever that plumbing is there. Has one of the items, but I'm not sure if that's the only location it's leaking from. Although this had water in it at one point, it doesn't seem, I think that's because of this thing, whatever's leaking recently. But the wood is all this wood is solid all the way around. And I know what this not solid wood feels like, because I experienced that in the propane area. Was getting a lot of condensation down there, and I actually had to replace one of those tie downs on that side. So I did that job already, but yeah, that wood was completely rotted. Thankfully this wood's pretty good. Okay, so what I think's going on here, I think because it's leaking out of this pipe. Oh, big spider on my arm. I think because it's leaking out of this pipe, it was filling up the base here and then making contact up here. I don't think it's leaking along this overall tank. Oh no. Okay, well, let me see. Maybe the camera, I actually don't think I'll be able to see this without the camera. Sorry for the weird angle, but this is completely messed up right there. What the heck? That is not good. How full is that tank? I can't tell. Is that full? That looks like it's full. It's not indicating full inside, I don't think. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh wow, now it's showing full. I swear it wasn't before, but holy cow. Let me go ahead and get all this stuff drained. So this is probably my least favorite part of the camper lifestyle, is draining the tanks, but just after a little bit of practice and going through the process a couple of times, it's really not too bad. Just gotta do it. So I suppose really quick, for those not familiar, this is a macerator. So it churns up anything that's in there, and you got these different ports there. That's the gray water. This is the black water one here. There's a freshwater drain. Quick access. Got one line coming in for fresh water on this macerator, so as you can hear it right now, it's almost like finishing up. I can turn that on and pump fresh water. It kind of goes like more than can actually exit out of this, so it pumps it up and slightly fills up the gray water tank. Fresh clean water going through there right now, but if I shut it off, it takes a little bit still to clear out that gray water tank. It kind of helps clean everything out. So, similar process with the black, just a little nastier stuff, so not showing that, but yeah, easy enough. It's not too bad. Sealed up. What'd you find there, Eva? Find a little cap? Hey, Eva. Eva, leave it. Leave it. Hey, leave it. Hey, hey, hey. Good girl. Good girl. Come on over here. What'd you find now? What is that? What is that? Didn't fully fix the issue yet, but at least found out where that leak was coming from, which looks like it's the top of my gray water tank, right where there should be like a vent that goes up, and I think that vent is unsupported in there. Did the support break off, or did it never have a support? I don't know, but right at where it mates up to the top of the tank, that is where it's leaking from. Eva and I are gonna go for a little bit of a walk in all of these mosquitoes, and we will enjoy the rest of the evening and probably get working on that project again soon to fully fix the water system. But I'll save that for next time. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Guess what, Eva? Guess what? Is it morning time? Yeah. Hey, I got a new subscriber, and it was really exciting. So it gave me just that little bit of motivation to say, you know what, I could make another video on that. She don't care. Eva's like, just let me know.